Thank you, Toot, for the hydrate. Welcome in, everybody. Orchid, hey! Welcome, welcome. It's Monday night. Time for Crafty Chat. So glad you could make it. That's okay. It's a time to hang out, chill, listen to some music. You don't have to be actively crafting. Sorry, just trying to fix my levels here. Everything is working so far. Knock wood. Everyone just knock wood for that. We've got nice mic audio setup. We've got some lo-fi. Paolo, welcome in. I'm so glad you could drop by. I know it's getting a little bit late for you there. So yes, everybody, welcome in, welcome in. We are hanging out today, doing some knitting. I've lost my mind. Let's be real honest here. I have lost my god dang mind. And I am working on many, many, many things. Well, I'm trying to work on self-care and self-compassion, and part of that for me is being kind to myself about my hobbies. So streaming, videos, knitting especially, and that I don't have to finish all of the things as long as I'm enjoying the process. And also, I want to make things that make me happy and make things that I want to wear, which is weirdly the first time I've been thinking about that in terms of my projects, like actually thinking about what I want to wear, not just what I want to make. So I went a little bit nuts. I have several sweater quantities of yarn in stash, and I had several projects planned for them that were of the like kind of light, wear around the house, loose, everyday type sweaters or tops. Like sweaters imply something heavier. Like I'm thinking more like a top. Because I have a lot of things I'm working on that are more like you wear when you go out or you wear when you're really cold. And I want to be able to wear my knitting all the time, not just when I go out. Sorry, I'm having a mohair issue here. You want to not stress about finishing and only knitting what makes you happy. Yeah. I try to too, and then the pile of whips gets to me. I was actually talking about this with my therapist today about the emphasis on being productive, and how I don't feel like I can knit or play video games or do something that is not quote unquote productive until I do something productive. Oh my god, nightmare. Okay. Mohair nightmare has been mitigated, maybe? This is awful. and just enjoying what I'm making instead of feeling like I have to finish stuff in order to justify having fun making it, if that makes sense. I don't need to justify enjoying knitting. You don't even want to know how many sweater stops worth of yarn you have. I actually don't have that many. I have Early. Hello, Early Girly. I have 7.5, maybe 8. Or I did anyways. Some of them are now whips. Some of them will be whips shortly. So yeah, and I want to make stuff that I can wear every day because I always want to be wearing something that I make. I really love it. Oh, thanks, Moon. I love the, so I did end up getting a new mic. I returned the mic that I was using before that was giving me sass. Got the new mic. It's quite a fancy mic. I quite like it. And hello, Moon. Welcome. Yay for off work. Hi, Moon. Hi, Toot. Hi, Orchid. Hi, Moon. Hi, Toot. Rocky. Hello there. Thank you for the hydrate. Early is desperately trying to hydrate with me. She's rubbing against my tumbler. Early Girly, I haven't seen you all day. I start streaming and it's the Early Girly show. I did actually kick her out of her chair earlier because I needed to sit in the chair. And she looked so sad, curled up next to me. You know, in the cat bed provided for that reason. I wish you guys could have seen that from my angle because she had super crazy eye going on. It was hilarious. But I have, as you know, I quite enjoy watching knitting YouTube. And I've been watching a lot of Yarn and Yarn, the Yarn and Yarn podcast, Rainbow Ange. And in every podcast, she's always wearing a sweater and a cowl and a shawl and like maybe a hat. And first of all, I'm kind of glad that I don't have to bundle up inside my house. But on the other hand, I would like to wear the stuff that I make. I know, I'm so mean. Like, look how cruel I am right now. Paula has 15 projects in queue that are bigger with Yarn and Stash, trying to get down to 2 sweater quantities at a time. Yeah, I'd like to have fewer sweater quantities just because they take up so much room. Although, I am down to 4 tubs of yarn and 1 tub of whips, which is... I was at 5 yarn, 2 whips, so I'm down 2 overall, which is really good. So we're going to be spinning the wheel again tonight. Let me pull up the wheel to show you guys. Early, can I have my mouse? Early loved the mouse. Oh heck. Okay. All right, Early. Early's mouse, yes. So here's the wheel. Eagle-eyed viewers may see that there are 7 projects on it, and they are all tops. 6 of them are for me. So they are all relatively close at hand. Like I can grab them all from where I'm sitting. So any one of these that it lands on, that's what we're going to be working on tonight. So right now I am working on the field sweater. And actually a couple of these, Peach Fuzz and Beautiful Day, have not yet been cast on. I swatched. I have everything kitted up. I have my needles ready to go. I just haven't... Hi, Early. I just haven't actually cast on. So, you can get me to spin at any point by redeeming the channel reward, Spin the Wheel of Whips. Like that. Thank you for the spin, Moon. Okay, so let's spin, Early. The weave-in end sliver is so that I don't lose my mind doing it later. All right, we are going to be working on the Usagi sweater. All right, so let's get this off the screen. And this one has a lace design, so I actually need to pull up the pattern here on the other half of my screen. Okay. We're not going to work on anything today, apparently. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the Gigi spin. I do need to work on my emotes a little bit more. I think that's this week's project. I also need to tweak my alerts a little bit. Since I stopped streaming, Twitch they didn't introduce Twitch alerts, but they've been really pushing them. And I think my stream got switched over automatically because I didn't set up these alerts. Oh, work on giving pets. Okay, sorry. I didn't set up these alerts and I don't quite know what they are, so I need to fix them. Okay, Earls. Earls, you gotta move. Okay. All right, so we're removing the yarn from under Early. Toot is attempting to lure Early away, but it isn't working. So I am... Oh goodness. I hope that wasn't super duper loud. Okay. Early the Destroyer has been set to the side. Anyway, let's work on Usagi for a little bit. So this sweater is looks a little bit different than the last time you saw it, I'm sure. But it is a sweater by Harper B. Let's see if I can actually pull it up. Yeah, I can. Okay. So we're going to go... Aha, okay. This pattern is by Harper B. I'm not going to show you any more of the pattern, but this is the kind of main picture here. Harper B is a non-binary knitwear designer based in Toronto. And this pattern is actually based on the design of Sailor Moon's bed sheets. So this yarn in the picture was dyed specially for this sweater, which has the same lace kind of detail as the bed sheets, and it's got this beautiful sheer panel at the top. So this is what I'm working on. I was following the pattern and I cast on for the body, which is worked in one piece from the hem upwards. Yes, we do have a skeleton crocodile. It keeps moving when I'm not looking at it. That is not where I placed it about an hour ago. Skeleton. Yes. So I cast on at the bottom of the sweater. And then I got kind of like bored. Because it was a lot of stockinette. So I wanted to kickstart my interest in the project again, because I really want to finish it. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a lot of like kind of the boring part of the pattern is up front. So instead I set that to the side and I cast on one of the sleeves. So I'm just working on a sleeve right now. in the round, cuff up. I'm doing my usual increase method of doing a yarn over and then knitting it through the back loop on the next round. I find that it's a really easy way to keep track of when you've done an increase because there's a yarn over there. It works best if it's something where you have to increase every other round, like a sock toe or a hat, because if you have a yarn over, you need to knit it, and if there is no yarn over, you need to do a yarn over. It's really easy to read. But this one, it's every 4 rows. I was talking about how I started from the waist up while showing the sleeve. Yeah, I realized that as I was talking. Yes, this is for my good friend Moon, who is actually an ant. And this is the sweater. Actually, it might fit the Chaos Goblin here. It's so cute. But no, this is just the sleeve. And the yarn for this is Drops Baby Merino, which is the softest wool yarn I have ever touched. It is so incredibly soft, and like the strands, like it's got this little bounce to it. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's got this lovely little like plumpness to each strand. Oh, it's so nice. So there's going to be some color work down the front of the sweater. So the front of the sweater is charted with lace, but I'm doing color work instead, but I'm doing it as duplicate stitch after the fact because I experimented with Fair Isle. I experimented with Intarsia and nothing really looked right. So I am going with the duplicate stitch. You love the mohair effect on yokes and sleeves? Yes. Yeah, the only mohair I've ever made something for myself in was actually like a fake acrylic mohair, the Diablo from Hobby. And it was super soft while I was working with it, but now I can only wear that sweater for about half an hour, and it makes me so sad because it was the first sweater I ever made for myself. But it's just a little bit too itchy. But so for this project, I'm doing the Drops Kid Silk, which is legit really soft. I've been holding it next to my skin quite a lot because I want to test and see if it is going to be itchy, because it's in the sweater. It's like right on the neck, upper chest area, and it's so soft. So soft. You've never worked with wool, but you finally got some in your stash? Cool. What kind of wool did you get? Because, I mean, I don't work with a lot of wool, mainly because here in Canada, it's harder to find it at a reasonable price, which is, so I'm told, the reverse in a lot of places in Europe, where wool is kind of like the standard yarn and it's harder to find acrylic. The other reason being that in this house we have some like fabric sensitivities to wool, so acrylic just works better. And always my soapbox for acrylic is that being able to throw stuff in the machine is actually an adaptation for a disability, and you should never shame people for needing stuff that can be machine wash and dried, because we're not all able to hand wash our clothes. Your first sweater was Aran cotton held with brushed alpaca. Next one was Drops Flora and Kid Silk. You can wear it with a shirt or for about 20. Oh no. All that work and then you can't even wear it. And that's the problem. It looks so good. But actually the field sweater I'm working on is Flora and Kid Silk, at least in the yoke. So I'm hoping that I do not have that reaction to it, because I would be super sad. I'm going to do the yoke first, and then I'm going to put it on, try it on tubing, and wear it around a little bit. And that way, if I can't deal with it, I can frog it, and at least I won't lose all the Flora. Frogging mohair, if you've never done it, is a nightmare because it sticks to itself really easily. So it's really difficult to peel it apart once you have knitted it together. Honestly, my favorite yarn for sweaters and tops is Hobby Amigo. It's a DK weight acrylic. It's a solid, comes in like over 50 colors, I think. And it's been a total workhorse for me. It's a great weight. It's not too warm, but it's warm enough. And just with the range of colors that you get, you can do pretty much anything. I've done cables with it. I've done color work. I've done just plain stripes. It's a great yarn for sweaters. But I mean, there's a big, kind of kerfuffle in the knitting community about acrylic versus mohair. Among some knitters, of course. Like I've been knitting, I worked it out the other day. I'm an ancient being, but I've been knitting for 18 years now, and I use almost exclusively acrylic. This drops merino being a huge departure for me. So I use almost exclusively acrylic, but I'm really in the minority of kind of long-time knitters, or like hardcore knitters. There's kind of this looking down upon of acrylic, which always irritates me. I am like the first to defend acrylic as being just as good, and it depends, in some cases better. Like for me, acrylic's better for me than wool, but that's not always the case for other people. So just use what you want to use. Chic Sheep by Red Heart in the colorway Suede. Oh, it's from the Yarn Mountain. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad you managed to grab some. I wonder if the Chic Sheep is similar to the 1.5 million years ago. Debbie Stoller. Sorry, I'm giggling because Automod just picked up fingering in terms of fingering weight yarn. Debbie Stoller, who wrote the Stitch and Bitch books, she had a collab with Red Heart that was 100% wool. And it was called something like Chic Sheep. It was something very similar to that. Anyway, it was a great yarn. I only snagged a couple of balls of it. I made a pair of wrist warmers for Toot, actually, who doesn't wear wool at all. But yeah, that was a good yarn. If it's similar, Your mom tried on a shirt made with Flora once. She had it on for 2 seconds and couldn't get it fast enough. Oh no. Yeah, like stuff like that, if it's a no, it's an automatic no. Like some stuff sneaks up on you, but some stuff is just as soon as you touch it, you're done. Acrylic squeaks while knitting. Only can knit with headphones. We got some DK acrylic mohair to simulate fingering held with mohair. Okay, that's interesting. One of the projects that I have, actually the project that I'm working on out of this book, hello there, I'm using an acrylic worsted weight that simulates something held together with mohair as well. The Hobby Fluffy Day. which I actually really like. It's super soft. I've used it before. Yes, my favorite yarn is Briggs & Little. I love Briggs & Little. It's a Canadian yarn line. It's maritime sheep, maritime mill, maritime spun, maritime dyed. In Nova Scotia, it's literally dollar store yarn. Like, you go to the Great Canadian Dollar Store and that's where you find it. But up here, it's much harder to find. I adore it. It is a very rustic wool, and rustic is a very kind word for incredibly itchy. But I don't know, just something about it gives me the good brain touch. Like, just it feels so good. It's the exact opposite of the bad Sherpa fleece touch. And the cats love it. Yeah, like Moon said, Una loves it. The girls love it. I have to, like, really, when I'm working with it, I have to hide it because they will just take off with it. And it's the only yarn that they do that with. And I'll make toys for them. I don't even have to put in catnip or anything. They're just on the wool. It's a very sheepy wool. I'm doing a full sweater in it. I've got a bunch for mittens. So that's one of my projects this year, is doing all the saltwater mittens patterns. When I'm through those, I'm going to use the leftovers of, like, my bits and bobs of colors to make a hap shawl. And then I'm also making a sweater out of it. Like a full sweater. I love it. Maisie makes no discrimination against any yarn. Oh, well, we love to see it. The no yarn discrimination. See, that's how all Maisie should be, like all knitters, or all knitters should be like Maisie. No discrimination against acrylic. So I'm working on this sleeve on double points just because it's relatively small. As soon as it gets to, like, where it can fit comfortably on a 16-inch circular, I'll move it over to the circular. I might do it before, like, when it's in a spot where I can do traveling loop. But I don't really care for magic loop. I know how to do it. I'm comfortable doing it. I just don't like doing it. So if at all possible, I'll use DPNs until I can do traveling loop or magic, or just straight up use a small circular. The good thing is, because I am a large fat man, when I do sleeves for my sweaters, I can do the entire sleeve on a 16-inch until I get to the cuff. It's great. Yes, very cozy. One of the projects that I'm working on, the kind of focal point is going to be the sleeves. And I'm intending on doing somewhat of a balloon sleeve. So very few decreases in down the length of the sleeve, and then it'll come in really close, like almost like this, but more so, where it comes in really tight to a cuff. And they're going to be striped, they're going to be glittery, they're going to be a little bit crazy. And that project I went totally off book with. I'm making it up as I go along. I will probably write it up as a design at some point. But because I was kind of making it up and I wanted to test how the fit would look, I did a whole bunch of little bits of it out of order and put them on hold. I had 4 cables hanging off of this project, and there were 3 balls of yarn going, and it was it was chaos for a little bit. The Do the Thing redeem, it's for both Crafty Chat and also video games. Basically, you can make me do anything within reason, within the bounds of the stream. Oh no, how's coming? Okay, I'm gonna switch over while I continue. So in a video game, for example, it would be like, go give a present to this character or work on this quest line. And for Crafty Chat, it would be, I think Toot once made me finish something without getting distracted. Yeah, I think Toot used it to make me finish something without getting distracted, which is hard to do. So I put it on again tonight. You can, if you think of something, so if you'd like me to show you a different project that I'm working on, or take a drink, or I don't know, use your imagination within the bounds of the stream, keeping it PG. And there goes the crocodile. Yep. All day with this. She severely dislikes her crocodile, which is why we gave it to her, and why we leave it in there. It's enrichment in her enclosure. It gives her something to do. And she's gone again. You can kind of vaguely see her in the background there. We will be doing a treat for her in about half an hour as well. So if you guys stick around, we're going to have a little snack with Pow. We're not going to do the bedding tonight just because I forgot to get extra treats for groceries. But hopefully I remember in the future. I'm still getting back used to this streaming thing. I'm so glad to be back though. I'm really enjoying being back. And I'm so happy that you guys all came back with me and we made some new friends. Someone to beat up, exactly. But I'm pretty sure if anyone else tried to beat up her croc, she would beat up that person instead. I think that's the kind of relationship they have. Aw, thanks, Orchid. See, Toot just put up a prediction poll. Oh, that's right. We do have 2 different treats. Awesome. All right, Toot's amazing. Toot saved the day. So we have a prediction poll going. It's going to be open for the next half an hour. We are going to put down blueberries and banana. You can bet your channel point, your bleps, on which she will go for first. So we're gonna keep this as fair and unbiased as possible. Set her down right between the 2 treats. So this is your chance to forget what you're doing and skip an increase. This is your chance to bet those channel points. And then in about half an hour, we will we'll see which one wins. Thank you, Moon. I was doing some like just testing earlier. I Ice cream? Yes, please. I would like some ice cream, Moon. I was doing some testing earlier just because I'm going to start filming some YouTube videos, and I wanted to see kind of like what the best setup would be, because I've got this great new mic that I absolutely love, but I use a phone for a camera. So anyway, whole thing. I got it all set up, and I was testing it out using the laptop that I use for video editing and work and stuff when I need to be not at my desk, which is in the middle of the house. And the little laptop just kind of went CPU in this economy and completely refused to record anything. So I spent like 2 hours today fighting with it until I was just like, okay, this isn't working. Yes, we're all going to go to Moon's for butterscotch ice cream. Ooh, I have cherry ice cream and ice cream sandwiches. Sandwich is my preferred method of ice cream delivery. Yeah, I'm not super surprised. The laptop is old and it wasn't very powerful when we got it. But it was just funny, like, how absolutely no it went. Like, have you ever played Minecraft and you set off like 100 TNT at once and then the frame rate just goes to heck and it breaks everything? That was what was happening when I was just trying to film my face. So, yeah, it was not having it. All right, Orchid's got vanilla ice cream. Toot's got mango sorbet. Yes. I have cherry ice cream, and then I've got the ice cream sandwiches. Sandwich is my preferred method of ice cream delivery. Just FYI. Especially if there's like cookies involved. Like the cookie ice cream sandwiches. The big ones, not like the PC brand ones when they use like an actual like cookie from the package. They're like this big. Miss me with that. I want like a big cookie. I really like the Klondike ones from, it's either Klondike or Yukon. Something like that. From Chapman's. I hope you can get something to eat soon, Orchid. After the stream, I'm going to make nachos for dinner, I believe. Nachos are 100% my comfort food. Chapman's is god tier. Like, Chapman's is just so good. From the variety of what they have. Yes, in order to be a Canadian citizen, you must prefer Chapman's above all other ice cream brands. It's in the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. But yes, I'm going to make some nachos. I did a big pot of taco beef in the crock pot a little while ago. And I kind of froze it in chunks so that I can just pull out a chunk and warm that up for my nacho seasoning. You miss your Highlands, but you'll work with what you got here. Yeah. I mean, Canada does have some good stuff. Chapman's, very good, but the US does kind of have us beat on the junk food front, just hands down. How to cook? I don't think I have. Oh no, we were watching a video. It was Sophia Nygaard. who is known for like creating Franken everything. And she took every single Halloween candy they could buy at Walmart and Target and combined it into a single chocolate bar. Which really, like, half the video was just them going through Walmart and buying candy that we can't get here. It was awful. I don't think I've had Coda Cook ice cream, but it sounds like one of those like niche places that every province has. Like in Nova Scotia, it's Scotsburn. Scotsburn ice cream is god tier. There's a new store in the city that has specifically American goods. Ooh. We had a candy place like that, and they had like American candy and American cereals. But of course, it was so overpriced, and the cereals were all expired by the time they got here. If you try to buy something like Reese's in Germany, it costs a fortune. Oh no. Oh. We ordered a bunch of Reese's chocolate. It's coming in tomorrow's grocery order. You also saw Takis for the first time in your life today? Did you try them? Did you love them? We actually didn't have Takis in Canada for a while, I think. We have them now, and as soon as they were available, we bought one bag of each to try. I love Takis, but I can only do so many of them. Like the spice definitely creeps up on you. They're very tasty, but very spice. Like, I think even some of the flavors that are the less spice flavors are still quite spice. They cost like £3 for an 80-gram number bag of chips. €1 for 80 grams. Okay, yeah. So they're a little bit more pricey. Same thing over here. If we tried to get British or German or any kind of European chocolate candy snacks, it's always marked up. You had any of the Pocky chips? I've seen them. I haven't gotten them. They kind of scare me. I like spicy food, I really do, but I don't care for things that are just spice with no flavor, and I find that a lot of like spicy chips are just salt and spice and no other flavor. No flavor, just pain. Yeah, pretty much. The Takis, however, are flavor and pain. That ramen was so good. Toot found this ramen that is apparently very popular on TikTok. And it's a pink package, and it's got a sweating chicken on it. And if the package has a sweating chicken on it, you know it's too spicy for white people. Like, just, if you're white, just don't even try it. So we tried it, of course. It was so good. I really liked it. But like, we split a package, and then I ended up eating Toot's leftovers. So I had about 3/4 of a package. I think that was my limit. I think that was my spice tolerance right there. Oh, you had one single bite. Okay, so I did have like pretty much a whole package. The black package in that brand is even spicier. Yeah, I think so. I think the chicken on the black package is even sweatier. But we just tried the pink one. It was really good. Like, I prefer the like stir fry type ramens, where you drain out most of the water and then mix in the spices and stuff. And this was a stir fry type ramen. It wasn't a soup based ramen. So yeah, it's not an everyday ramen, but I'll finish what we have and I'll probably get more. Yes, Indomie stir fry ramen is the best. I have so much of it. I make sure I have it in stock. And a little reminder from Nightbot for everyone to hydrate. While we're talking about spicy things, make sure you drink. Right? Indomie is the best ramen. I love it. Did you guys see that? I almost did that thing where you pull the wrong needle and you just I almost yanked this needle completely off all of the stitches instead of pulling this needle, which was loose. You go buy it at the Asian store like every 3 months. Just me. Yep. We have an Asian grocery store just down the street from us. And yeah, maybe like twice a year, it's just us and a wagon full of ramen. I almost made mohair ramen. Oh yeah, when I almost pulled the wrong needle. Just shunk. I hope you guys are enjoying the music. I love Harris Heller stream beats. So cozy, so chill. I was getting some work done the other morning, just, doing the budget and working on my planner and, futzing around like that, updating my craft log, things like that. And I had a Spirit City pulled up, which is it's technically a video game, but it's really more of a productivity tool. It's you set up a little lo-fi room, and then you can select like if you want the vinyl static or the sound of a fireplace or rain outside, and then that kind of stuff. And then it's got timers and to-do lists, things like that. It was so it was just the perfect vibe for getting little things done because I could tick them off my list and set a little 15-minute timer to work on this or that. I'm so happy. I'm playing the demo. I was in the playtest for it and I'm using the demo, and the official release is April 7th, which I will be talking about nonstop in the server and everywhere. You must prepare to leave work? Oh, well, thanks for hanging out so much, Orchid. Have a safe trip home. Stay warm. And have a lovely evening. Well, let you know what Snack Pow picks first. Okay, I will. We'll let you know. Don't worry. Yeah, we got about 10 minutes to get your bets in. Place your bets. Place your bets now. Will it be blueberries? Will it be banana? I have to say these 4 minutes? Oh, 4 minutes to get your bets in. Sorry. I can read time. Oh, you set a 20-minute timer. That makes sense. This round of blueberries was really good. They were on sale at Walmart. And usually, Walmart fruit is just okay. But this round of blueberries was very good. We got we ordered 4 boxes and one of them popped open in transit, but we've been snacking on those all week. So what are you guys working on? I know Orchid's off heading home from work. But yeah, if you're working on anything while you're hanging out, please let me know. I'd love to see it. And always, if you are in the Discord, you can drop your projects in the craft channel. Toot's working on cross stitch. Oh, if you guys haven't checked out the Discord and seen Toot's latest cross stitch, it's a moth with like flowers and a moon. Oh, it's beautiful, just gorgeous. So she just finished that a couple days ago. Yesterday? Day before yesterday? Very recently. Absolutely gorgeous. And I'm sure is almost done their next project as well, which is a trans pride teacup. It's very cute. I have a couple of cross-stitch projects that I want to work on, but right now my heart is in knitting and I'm following my heart. I'm sure one of these days it'll come back around to cross-stitch. So if you popped in a little bit later, I'm working on the Usagi pullover by Harper B. I'm using Drops Baby Merino in this lovely blue color. Not for very much longer. Toot has redeemed Spin the Wheel, so I'm just going to finish this needle so that I don't lose any stitches. And then we're going to spin the wheel. See what we come up with. Guys, spinning the wheel has been so fun. I use a site, it's called wheelofnames.com. You can set up a spinner. It's got lots of options, totally free. I love it. It's been really great when I'm trying to figure out what to do or what to work on, and I just can't break the decision paralysis. It's also good for making me do stuff that I might not necessarily want to do. Like I have a little tiny slice that's weave in ends, so if it lands on that, I have to go and weave in all the ends I can on my active projects so that at the end of the projects I'm not stuck with 8 bajillion ends. I know Miu in one of my communities has been do a chore on their wheel, and they've been spinning quite frequently. Okay. All right, so we got 6.5 rows done on the sleeve, which is not bad at all. So you can see this lovely lace detail is starting to come through. All right, so I'm going to pull up the wheel and spin real quick, and then we're going to do the tree eat. All right, so we are spinning. Big money, big money, big money. Okay, we're going to work on my citrine pullover. Wonderful. right, so I'll pull that out in a second. In the meantime, I would like to direct your attention over to the Critter Cam. Our predictions are in. Let me just see. All right, so the bets are in. We have blueberries running far behind banana. Pow has discovered the treats. Oh, Lord, she coming. Oh, yeah, she's ready. So which will it be? What do you guys think? Is it going to be banana? Is it going to be blueberry? Banana, blueberry. Oh, she's eyeing the blueberries. No, is it going to be banana? Oh, no. With that wide stride, you can't really tell what she's going for. No, it looks like it's going to be the perennial favorite, the banana. There we go. The winner of the treat is the banana. Just going to take a quick little screenshot of that for Orchid. There she goes. And of course, the banana is always better if you completely drown it in dirt. And the crocodile has returned with his own snack. We want to see what's going to happen. On our last treat, we gave her peaches. She didn't even go for them at all, which is so weird. I had to clean them up later that night, untouched. All right, so I'm just going to hit the winner here. The winner was, in fact, banana. Congrats to all of our banana backing winners. I hope you guys take this opportunity to have a little snack of your own. Oh, there she goes for the... She's so cute. She goes for the blueberry. Have a little snack of your own. Get something to drink. Take some time. Stand up. Stretch. Stretch your arms. Stretch your neck. Stretch your back. Oh, crack that neck. Pet your kitties. Eat a little bit of banana that Toot just gave you. And we have another special visitor here. While Pow's enjoying her blueberries. Skelecroc has banana in his ribs. Ooh, that's gonna be fun. So we'll have to keep an eye on her and see when she discovers that her skeleton is full of treats. And we have Binks here with us on the desk. Binks almost taking up my drinks with her butt. Binks. I know you love it. I know you love it, but you're so destructive. Binks also got some banana? Did you like the banana? Or is that why you're here? You need comfort after having the banana. Okay, you need post-banana comfort. Gotcha. Yeah, you're a good girl. Do you want to look up at the camera? No? You just want pets? Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed your little snack and you're coming back to join us with something to drink. Toot shut off their neurodivergence of drinks in the server earlier. We always encourage multiple drinks going at all given times. I am actually out of Diet Bepsis. You always get kitty fever when you see the cats. Aw, hi Mickey, welcome in. I'm so glad you could drop by. We're just doing our little treat eat break here. Pal got some banana and some blueberries. How are you doing? Yeah, Pow at the Skelecroc. Uniconcern. There is going to be lots of kitty content in the upcoming YouTube videos. I'm trying to get in the habit of being kitty paparazzi and just taking little shots of them whenever I see them doing something cute. I had to evict Gigi from my chair earlier. He was sleeping very hard. I'm the worst. I'm just kicking cats out of chairs left, right, and center. It's okay, Binks. You still love me, right? Yep. Binks still loves me. Binks, can we return to the knitting portion of the knitting stream? He was so sweet yesterday. Gigi napped with me. I wasn't feeling well. We canceled stream on Friday. I've got this horrendous stomach bug or something, flu, fever. I don't know what it is. It's been lingering. Some days are better than others. And Friday I was in bed most of the day. Yesterday I was in bed most of the day. And Gigi was just being a sweet little love bug and napping with me. And thank you, Paula, for the hydrate. I'm trying to keep Binks away from slamming her face into the mic. So I'm going to hydrate. I have caffeine-free Diet Bepsis and a strawberry brisk iced tea. Both of which are very good, but neither of which are my beloved Diet Bepsis because I ran out. But I have more coming tomorrow, so it's all fine. I'll survive. All right, so we spun the wheel. The wheel came up with citrine, which is one of the new cast-ons from my moment of insanity. Hello. You're almost done with the present for your boyfriend. It's a crocheted bat. You're going to have one too, and they have magnets inside so they can give kisses. Oh, that's so cute. That's adorable. All right, Binks has left the building. And she's back for an encore. Oh my god. Your heart melted when you saw that for the first time? Yes, please do send pics later. That sounds adorable. So continuing my moment of madness and just casting on all of the tops to wear around the house. One of the ones that I picked out is Citrine by Emily Green. Yes, Emily Green, I believe is the name. I thought it was Emily O'Brien, but I was thinking Amba O'Brien for some reason. Emily O'Brien is another knitwear designer. It's just, anyway, Citrine. And I wasn't sure which yarn I was going to use. I swatched two different yarns. I ended up going with this Yarbo cookie in the color Bohemian, and this camera is really washing it out. This is a super vibrant like bright greens and neon pinks, and like this just looks kind of muddy. So I will post a picture in the Discord later that's a little bit more true to color. So it's knit flat in pieces. So this is just for the back. I'm just working on the rib. It's 3 inches of ribbing, and then the body is stockinette. It's a little bit of like a looser fit. Honestly, it's a fit one of my favorite pajama tops has. That's more of like a boxy thing, so it's got a lot of like ease in the body and then like narrower sleeves, but it's got a really neat slip stitch twisted rib detail around the shoulders, which is why I picked it out, because it's got some really interesting structure around the shoulders. But like the Usagi, it starts off with the most boring parts first. So I'm doing 3 inches of twisted rib and then working stockinette for like 12 inches. But this yarn is so pretty that I'm not really minding it that much, because I just love seeing what comes up next. And I don't know how well you can see it, but this yarn gives a really lovely texture. So it's an acrylic yarn, but it's spun in such a way that it gives the appearance of a single ply, of like a loosely spun single ply yarn. But it's got this really lovely, like almost knobbly texture in the twisted knits, that I'm really liking so far. And like, it's just, the colors are gorgeous. Like this is it's kind of showing up, but that's like a bright fuchsia. So, oh no, what has Pow done? Let's switch over to Pow. I think Pow is eviscerating her crocodile. I don't know if we can show that on Twitch. Oh, she was eating his bloobs. That's good. TOS. Yes, it is such pretty colors. Thank you, Moon. So I'm just working up the ribbing. I need to do 3 inches of this twisted rib. You can kind of see it, this blue bit right here. This is a measuring tape that is permanently attached to my desk. So we've got about 2 and 2.5 of inches. I know words. I know the best words. And then this is a stitch marker that I made myself. It's Moon from Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. I got a Sun and Moon friendship necklace set and just basically turned them into progress keepers. So this just tells me like which side I'm on. So if I'm starting on the side with Moon, I'm on the right side of the work and I need to twist my knits. And if I'm starting on the side with no Moon, I need to twist my pearls. And because I am casting on 400 projects, four projects, I am rapidly running out of cables for my interchangeable needles. So the cable for this one is like too long to be really practical. But because I'm working flat, it made the most sense to use it for this. That should have been a sign that I should stop casting things on. It wasn't. We're gonna make it work. But yes, the wheel method, I highly recommend it if you've got a bunch of stuff you're working on at the same time and you're just not sure where to start. You can do it with friends, where you can just set a timer, or even just set like, okay, I'm going to spin and then do three rows of whatever comes up. Or I'm going to spin and I'm going to work on that for 15 minutes. What I've been doing with my knitting community is we've been randomly pinging each other throughout the day to spin, so you never know when a spin is coming. The other problem I'm running into with casting on 4 bajillion things at once is taking notes. I have been trying to keep notes on needle selection, the size that I'm casting on, everything that I usually put in my craft log. I am trying to keep notes on until I can get my craft log pages set up, so that I don't get confused or mixed up. Good night, Paula. Thanks so much for joining us. I hope you sleep well. I hope you can get your hands on some Takis soon and enjoy them. But good night. Thank you so much for joining us today. But this is kind of what I'm talking about. Like, I've got all of this extra cable that I don't really need, because this is my longest cable, which is a 52 incher. Yeah, we're not. Look, I never said I was smart. I just said I was trying to be nice to myself. Next time I place a wool warehouse order, thank you, I will pick up some extra cables. That's the cheapest I found them, actually. And I'm using, so apparently I thought that Knitter's Pride, Knit Pro, and Knit Picks were all the same brand. Not just because they all are shortened to KP, but I thought they were all the same brand because they look like they're all the same brand. Sorry, apparently there was POW shenanigans. POW, what are you doing? Oh God. I thought that they were all the same brand. I think she found the banana. Oh no. But apparently Knitter's Pride and Knit Pro are the same brand, but Knit Picks is not the same brand. It's just made in the same factory and looks identical and is interchangeable with the other two. So it's basically the same thing. Basically. I bought my first pair of interchangeable needles, my first set of interchangeables from Knit Picks like 17 years ago. God, I'm so old. So I've just been buying more tips and more cables for that initial set ever since. Which is great because, like I said, it works with the Knitter's Pride and the Knit Pro brands. I really wish I could zoom in on this camera. So fun fact, never mind, I'm not going to tell you that fun fact. But yeah, I've just been picking up extra cables and needle tips for this one set, which is great because they all work together and they're super cheap from Wool Warehouse. And one of the sets from Wool Warehouse that's only £2.50 is neon green, so you know that's the one I'm going to get. All right, pal. Enjoy your weird banana. But see, this is enrichment. This is what a lot of zoos and reptile facilities and that kind of thing they'll do is they'll hide food in stuff for the animals to try and get out. We do it with the cats all the time. We have puzzles for them. Zoos will hide snacks inside cardboard boxes for the lions, that kind of thing. So yeah, it helps keep them from getting lazy. Completely just, yes, food will be rolled towards me at all times. And it's fun for them, so. I don't know if we really needed to encourage Pow to go for the rib cage, but we often joke that Pow is in her enclosure not to keep her safe from us, but to keep us safe from her. I think she's done now. This was definitely needed. Okay, good. I'll see if I can, NCIS that footage later. NCIS. CSI. Wow, NCIS. Yep. Zoom and enhance and clean that up a little bit and post it in the Discord or as a TikTok or something. We'll figure it out. Listen, I would go to a lot of old people's houses, and NCIS is on all of the time. Also, it's a really good show, so yeah. Take that. Well, if you were to use the command !AOTD, you would find out the acronym of the day. Just like that. Acronym of the day is a game we play here. I give you a well-known acronym, and you tell me what it doesn't stand for. So today's acronym is UFO. Unicorns fart obscenely. Unwelcome fiber out. That one's good. That's very topical. Undead fear order. Unfinished foreign octopus. Unfinished frown over. I had someone rather snottily tell me that UFOs and whips were different. It's totally a preference thing, whether you use the phrase UFO or whip. But it was very much like, okay, sure, Jan. Unliked family, obliterate. Perfect. Unauthorized food outdoors. Freeze. No unauthorized food outdoors. Uncovered feet, obscene. I think you guys might be about to see some feet, unfortunately. Oh, no. she's going away. We were about to be invaded by Binks again. This whole stream is squirrel chaos. Just straight squirrel chaos. Oh, Pow's back. She's menacing the camera again. Here she comes. Oh, Lord. He came back to his PC and was like, what? She is so cute. And look at those light white lines that you see. Those are her growth lines. That means that she's getting big and strong. Welcome, Opie. Uncovered feet. Opie! I'm not putting it past her to attack the camera. I'm waiting for a second. First the Croco, now us. She's learned what lurks behind our ribcage. Delicious, delicious banana. This is the face of a killer, Bella. So what you guys can't quite see is right now she's shoving herself against the acrylic pane of her enclosure. That was why she was like kind of straining her feet so much, is she was trying to force her way out, because I think she realized that one of her locks is undone, because I needed to leave it undone in order to get the camera in there. So yeah. If Toot and I are found dead in our bed, it was Pow. So the last time I did a wool warehouse order, I ordered several different tips to try, because back when I first bought them, you basically had the choice of laminated wood or metal. That was it. But since then, there have been so many more options. So the ones I'm working with right now, these are the Zing tips. So they're color coded. Each size is a different color. You might recognize them as the same brand of DPNs that I prefer. So I'm trying the interchangeables for the first time. I actually really like these. I would say they're probably one of my favorites. I also got like the Birch Basics, which is like a plain laminated birch. I got some carbons. I got some acrylic ones. Just trying all the different things. I think these ones are definitely a winner, which is great because they're also on the cheaper side. I think these were £3.50 for a needle tip, which is really good because on Amazon I'd be paying about $20 a set. My local yarn store, Creative Yarns in Scarborough, they the owner there is fantastic, and she does have a Knit Pro supplier. So basically any of the Knit Pro products that I wanted, I could order through her, and I'd be able to just pick them up at the store. But the prices are ridiculous over here, unfortunately. So because this is a more of a boxy fit, which means it's quite loose in the body, there's lots of positive ease. I'm just knitting the back, and it's very wide because I am a very wide person, and then I'm making it even wider on purpose. So I did all the math, and I figured out the size that I wanted to do, and I figured out the size I want to do, and I knit about 2 inches of the rib, and then I'm like, this just looks gigantic. Like, surely this isn't right. And then I held it up to the shirt that I was comparing it to, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's right. It just looks super long. You have a new coworker, and she crochets as well. And she showed you one small shop that's just amazing. Oh, that's great. Yeah, if you can find like a good local yarn shop, it can be such a great resource for you. Like, I find that they can be really hit or miss, especially if you are young, basically. The first one that I ever went to, which is now closed, it didn't survive COVID. But basically, if you were under the age of like 40, they treated you like a shoplifter. It was the worst experience. But then another one that was further away was so great and so welcoming, and so I made the effort to go out to the other one. But yeah, the great thing, if you are able to find a local yarn shop, most of them do have a place where you can just kind of like sit and hang out, and get to talk to other crafters, get to kind of learn from them and share your own experiences and that kind of thing, which is the best part about a local yarn shop, is that in-person community. And it's something that I've been really missing, and it's part of the reason that I started doing these crafty chats with you guys, because hanging out with other people and crafting is just fun. It's good, and sometimes you think of things or you learn things you wouldn't otherwise think of or learn. The surprising part is that it's in city center, but it's really well hidden. Oh, that's cool. It's like a little hidden gem. So when we go out there to get our tattoos from you, we'll have to go to the yarn store. That's how I talk now. It's well hidden, like the banana in the croc's rib cage, if you will. Oh no. I think she's back at the crocodile. What is she doing? Let's see. I don't think we can show that on stream. How is gonna get me banned on Twitch? I just came back, guys. I just came back. But no. She is doing a heckin' murder on her already dead skeleton crocodile friend. Yes, everyone remember to hydrate. Thank you, Nightbot. So I haven't put up the schedule for the rest of the week yet, but it's going to be the same as it was last week. We're going to do Wednesday. Wednesday, starting at 5 p.m. is going to be more Yono and the Celestial Elephants, and then stream after that. I will post the details when I have them. But yeah, next time we're going to be back here, we are going to be doing Yono. And then I really just want to play that until I'm finished, which means, of course, Paleo, which is my other cozy game obsession right now, is doing Twitch drops for until the end of the month. So I'm like, ooh, I could play Paleo on stream. Ooh, and then we could all get drops. Ooh. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but definitely Wednesday, 5 p.m. we'll be here playing some cozy games. I had so much fun sharing Yono with you guys last week. I have so much love for that game. So yeah, thinking about crafting priorities and stuff like that. Around the beginning of the year, I was helping with, in my knitting community, just kind of set up some goals and guidelines for people who wanted to set crafting goals for the new year. And we all talked about it, and we all set our goals and everything like that. And I kind of set my goals by what I wanted to have had made. I know that's a bit of a weird conjugation, but not stuff that I necessarily wanted to make, but stuff that I wanted to have made and just be done with. Like a lot of socks were on that list. Like I just wanted to get my sock yarn stash used up and out, and that kind of thing. And the sweaters that I had on the needles were all like big and bulky, and they would have gone really quickly, but I wouldn't have gotten much wear out of them. So like I said, around the beginning of February, which is F-it February in the crafting community. So if you do have works in progress, this is the time to F it, fix it, finish it, or frog it. I did frog a few things, but what I decided to fix was I'm going to fix my wardrobe. And I'm going to make things that I want to wear, things that I can wear on the daily basis. So I basically pulled out all of my DK weight sweater quantities, and I'm making a bunch of light tops. So the citrine, the one that I'm working on now, is one of them. I'm really excited. There's one that I still have to cast on, but I've got it all kitted up. Peach Fuzz by Melanie Berg. It's a very, very DH core, like blocky colors, structural details, just a very neat design, and I really love that one. She designed it while she was recovering from chemo, and it's actually named after her hair during that time, Peach Fuzz. So she's got two that's very similar, Peach Fuzz, and then Cold Sunlight, and they're both a similar construction, but Cold Sunlight has some lovely color work details. So I don't have the yarn for that one, but it's on my list of like when I can buy sweater quantities of yarn, I want to get stuff for that. I am got that started. I've got the citrine started. I've got my stripy sleeve raglan started. My summerberry raglan started, which summerberry and stripy sleeve, they're both my own designs. So they may or may not be coming to an issue of knitting near you. Maybe. I'm going to try. And then I'm embracing my inner Mr. Rogers, and I'm making myself a house cardigan. Because I can. So I have this book, which is sitting on my desk. Hello there. Mr. Rogers Knitting the Neighborhood, and it's all his iconic cardigans, as well as some of the soft toys and some blankets and things based on like his wallpaper and that kind of thing. But the designers have recreated his cardigans as knitting patterns. So there's one in here. It's actually this yellow one here, but I'm going to do it in a green because I'm me and I like green. And then when I like come home from my doctor's appointments, I can sit by the front door and put on my house shoes and my cardigan and remind us all to love ourselves and to be a good neighbor. So when will I finish these projects? I don't know. I probably won't keep working on all 7 of them at the same time. It's a little bit chaotic. But I'm just going with the vibes right now, and the vibes say we're creating a lot of stuff, and it's cool. I will be very happy when I finish this half-twisted rib, though. So half-twisted rib is, it's really lovely. Like this is the texture. So it's got this nice, very crisp knit purl line. So you, on one row, you knit through the back loop, then purl, knit through the back loop, purl, etc. But then on the way back, you have to purl through the back loop and knit through the front loop. And purling through the back loop is a pain. So I can knit through the back loop just as easily as I can through the front loop, but purling through the back loop, I always need to like stop and tell myself what to do, which makes it so much slower. So we're going to finish this row and then measure it. And if it's close enough to 3 inches, I'm going to say heck it, and it's 3 inches, which is why patterns should really never tell me how long to make rib in inches, because I will just say heck it and knit the least amount of rib possible. My usual formula, see, I'm knitting my knits through the back loop. My usual formula for socks, I always do 12 inches of rib, because if I don't, I will not do, I'll do like 2. Be like, that's an inch. But I'm very excited to share my progress on these patterns with you. Like I said, I've been planning a lot of YouTube content, doing some testing on ways to film that are going to look good. Trying not to get my camera so washed out, because I really want to be able to like show the colors a little bit better. But I'm going to also teach myself a little bit of editing, see if I can fix that like in post. And I've been watching a lot of content. Martin from Knit365 is a huge influence of mine, as well as my latest obsession, Ange from Yarn and Yarn podcast. Ange is just lovely. And she does a challenge that's right up my alley. But every year, around December, she starts planning 12 projects to cast on for the new year to kind of set herself up for success. And then she casts on 12 projects on the same day. On the same day or one at... This year she's doing it like one day after another, like each on a different day. But I think usually she's done it all on the same day. And then those are like the 12 projects that she works on for the rest of the year. So it's been really interesting watching her process of like how she picks projects, and she's very fast. She gets a lot done on that first day. It's very impressive. But also does a lot of like what I'm doing with the wheel, gamifying her knitting. She has a dice system where she'll roll dice to figure out what her focus project each month is going to be, which I think is really super fun. However, I think I think that wouldn't work for me, because if I got bored of what the dice told me to do, I just wouldn't do anything instead of working on what the dice told me to work on. So, I like gamifying as long as I can easily ignore the rules of the game and do what I want to do. She also has she has quite a large community, much larger than ours. For now, we're gonna get there, guys. You're getting in on the ground floor of something big. But she spins a wheel of her followers, and then the follower that's chosen basically picks one of her focus projects for the month. And it could be a whip, it could be a new cast on, it could literally be anything. And I'm like, that just seems dangerous. I don't know what you guys would make me make if that was the case. And then I know that if it came up as Toot, she would just make me work on something until it was finished. We have just wildly different crafting styles, which is fine. Not everybody has to have the same crafting style. A matching cardigan for... I can make a matching Mr. Rogers cardigan for Banks. All right, it's happening. We're going to be little matching. Stephen West, who's quite a well-known designer, has put out several patterns or several versions of his already existing patterns, sized for dogs, and apparently they're incredibly detailed in the sizing. So no matter what size your dog is, you can knit them a little matching sweater to one that you have for yourself, which is amazing. So yeah, a matching cardigan for Banks might be happening, except I don't know how I'd get her to wear it, and I don't know how I'd get her to keep it on. But it would be worth it to try. Also, pro tip, most Build-A-Bear clothes fit cats. Our poor children. Gigi's been lurking around. You've seen Binks and Early today. And Pow, of course, is stomping around her enclosure. My brain is just running a mile a minute now, thinking about making that matching cardigan for Binks. Thank you for the hydrate. sorry, I hydrated a little too enthusiastically. And the double Chaos Goblin and Nightbot hydrate reminder. Let's see if this is 3 inches so I can stop working on it. This is my other favorite ruler. I got it in an art set from the Disney store. And it's perfect because it's see-through, but it's not so see-through that you can't read the numbers. The only thing is sometimes the yarn gets stuck in the little stencil, but this is my favorite ruler. Yeah, it's 3 inches. It is now. Okay. Okay, fine. I'll do 2 more rows. I'll be glad I did 2 more rows in the end. Oh, right. I have to do things on camera. I can't just knit on my stomach as I always do. So I hope you guys have been doing some thinking about your own whips as I've been rambling about my process and making stuff that's going to make me happy instead of making stuff that I feel like I should be making. Because I want to encourage everybody to do what brings them joy. And if what brings you joy is working on a single project until it's finished and having that finished object, then absolutely that's what you should do. That's just not what I do. But that's okay. I have, even with my ridiculous numbers of cast-ons lately, I still only have like 11 or 12 whips, which is not bad. And honestly, 2 of them are pairs of socks, which I'm just not able to work on right now. My hands are just too shaky, and that's okay. I can't do it, and that's fine. And I will eventually get back to them, but I'm not gonna stress about it too much, trying to get those like off the needles or not counting them as whips or shaming my whip count. I think I spoke about this last year, but there was one person that I saw on Ravelry, and they were documenting their journey of first locating all of their whips, and then finishing as many as they could, fixing or frogging. And they started the year with over 100 whips, over 100 different knitting projects in some various state of unfinishedness. And some of them have been that way for over 5 years, over 10 years. And it was really fascinating to watch them go through it. And it definitely made me feel better about my level of whips. But I like starting stuff, and I like working on stuff, and I like making stuff for me, and that's okay. Music. Hello. Oh, okay. Welcome back. That's just a really long outro to that song. So I think we're going to get wrapped up here pretty soon. We've been going for a couple of hours. We've had our treat eat. We have been well hydrated. We've spun the wheel of chaos a couple of times. We'll see if next week I continue with the wheel of chaos or if I've decided on actually working on something for longer than 20 minutes at a time. But yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up. Say goodnight. So like I said, we are going to be playing Yono on Wednesday. That starts at 5 p.m. Eastern. Undecided on the next stream, but we will... Oh, thank you, TJ, for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow. We're actually just... Welcome in. We're actually kind of just getting wrapped up here, doing our little business at the end of the stream. But I'm glad you found us. So definitely, if you're interested in some cozy games, we're going to be playing Yono and the Celestial Elephants on Wednesday. Next Yono stream TBD, but then once again Monday we will be back with Crafty Chat. It's okay, you've been lurking while working. Okay, great. I'm glad. I do pride myself on being somewhat of a good body double myself. But I hope that I am someone that you can hang out with while you're working or crafting or just doing something in the background. So yeah, so Wednesday, 5 p.m. Yono. If you aren't in the Discord already, that is where you're going to get all of the updates and the announcements as to what the schedule is, anything that we're doing is in the community, any giveaways, anything like that. New YouTube videos probably sometime in the next couple of weeks. The VODs are going up on the Cozy VODs channel, so if you did miss them, you can always check them out there. And they go right back to the beginning of the channel, so you've got a year's worth of VODs to watch, all organized by playlist. And yeah, I think that's it. Toot's thrown up all kinds of the links. You can check those out. You can check out our Ko-fi or our Etsy shop as well, especially if you're in the market for some nerdy cross-stitch or knitting patterns. And Toot says, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. It was so chill and fun, except for the part where we taught Pal that their friends are made of bananas. Yes, I think the part of the stream where Pal gutted a crocodile was a little bit less cozy, a little bit less chill, but really adorable at the same time. So I'm so glad you guys could hang out and join us. So let's just see. I think we're going to raid out. Let's take a quick peek at who is live. Binks. Binks is sitting immediately in front of my Twitch dashboard. Thanks. All right. So usually I raid out and we go see Pix, who is another creative streamer. But today I'm feeling a little bit of Phasmo. We're going to go see Mags. Mags is a fantastic horror game creator, makes them look completely doable, completely chill, completely winnable. If you're interested in Phasmo, but you've been intimidating to try playing it, definitely check out her content. So we're going to head over there and hang out with Mags for a little bit. I'm going to start the raid here. So in the meantime, we will see you guys in the Discord. We will see you on Wednesday for Yono. And as always, I will see you in my heart. So from me and Binks and Toot and Pow and the Crocodile, have a good night, everyone. We'll see you later. All right. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.